Good afternoon, guys, and happy Friday to all of your sunshiny faces, guys. It is hot in this house. It is currently 55 degrees out. It was a high of like 67, I think, today or something like that. And right now I feel like I am sweating, and I am totally like, should I open my windows or should I not? One is that the windows that are in my room are really old windows, and there used to be a beehive, or not a beehive, but a wasp's nest that was in the top window. My dad sprayed it, I think 2 summers ago or something like that, and then they, like, you know, they never came back to it. But we never got it down, and then it looked like some new ones took residence last summer, and they were like living in there again. And that was like at the end of summer though, so we didn't even bother like spraying it or anything like that. But I don't want any bugs at all. Like, they can get in between, they can't get into the house, but they can get in between. I don't know how, but like when the windows actually open too, there's space in between like the window and like the next window, if that makes sense, because they're not butted up right next to each other. So like, we've had bugs get in the window when, I mean, it really is not common, but it's happened, and I don't want there to be something that's in the window right now already that would cause that to happen. On top of that too though, the storm windows are down also. So I think maybe that was what the problem was. If the storm windows are not up all the way, then it doesn't have like the space between like the window and the what's it called, the screen does not like mesh up well. I don't know, but it's not super common. I just don't want there to be anything in the window right now and I go to open it and like comes flying in here, or comes crawling in here or something, because it could be any kind of bugs. But yeah, so there's that. And then on top of that too, I'd also have to get the storm windows up, which is a problem because I think that, again, these are super old windows, so you have to lift the screen up first, then lift the storm up, then put the screen back down. And the screen in one of the windows is broken. The like little pulley things, they're like little things that you pull out so you can pull them up and down and stuff like that, and they like lock back into place. And one of them is broken, so we have to get like a screwdriver every time we want to change it. It's a huge pain in the butt. But again, like, there's that, and on top of that too, I don't know if I'd wind up getting, like, if I wind up freezing cold in the middle of the night, because I don't know how cold it's supposed to get down to when it gets like later, because it is not even 11 o'clock, or it's, no, just barely 11 o'clock now. And I'm gonna take a shower and get to bed, because guys, I was up at 8 o'clock today. I was so happy. I woke up from my alarms this morning and was good, and I'm gonna go to bed early and be good again. So like I said, guys, I am very happy in getting myself back on track. Like, I don't know why sometimes I have such trouble, and I think too sometimes it's just totally mental. Like, I'm like, I don't want to like go to bed early and stuff like that, but I felt today too, I was so productive. I got a bunch of stuff done. Some days I can get up early and be totally not productive, but I feel like when I wake up late, it's just that, like, I have no energy to like want to do anything. I'm like, well, it's already the afternoon anyway. Like, normally I'm chilling in the afternoon, so like, you know, I don't have to get anything. I get stuff done during the day, but if I'm not waking up until almost afternoon time, you know, I don't like, you know, get anything done. Normally like mid-morning, like maybe mid to late morning to like early afternoon is probably my prime time to get things done. When I'm waking up at like, you know, early afternoon, and so there's not much productivity left there. But today I didn't get quite as much done. I had a vlog that took me stinking forever to edit today. It was a super long vlog, and so I got only 2 edited, but I did upload the 4 that I edited yesterday, so that was good. And then I also got to some laundry today as well. I didn't do dishes, much caught up with dishes for the most part, but I probably could have done a load today. I just didn't. I did make myself food too for today. I made that like Tex-Mex like rice kind of casserole thing I showed you guys, or maybe I didn't show you guys, maybe I did, I don't know, a couple days or weeks ago or something like that. everything is starting to run together, guys. The only way I know that, like, today and yesterday I woke up early, so the days aren't totally running together. Just because it's a separation from when I wasn't waking up early to when I now am waking up early. But I feel like just because of the change in weather too right now, like these 2 days have been really nice and warm, you know, and because of that, it has been like, I feel like just like a change sort of. But the only thing is, it's supposed to be, I think, a little bit cooler maybe tomorrow and Sunday, maybe not as hot as today, something like that, or maybe about the same. And then on Tuesday, I think it's supposed to be like in the 70s, but it's supposed to be thunderstorming. So hopefully there's no like super bad like storm or anything like that, but it is supposed to thunderstorm. And then next weekend we have a chance of snow, I think, on Saturday. It's still supposed to be in like the 40s, but it shows snow. So I don't totally know. Normally I only take things like a few days in advance from like looking at like the weather, because I'm like, okay, even though they could tell me what's gonna happen a week from now, you know, it's not always that it's gonna happen that way. So the fact that we're supposed to get snow next weekend, you know, we're having like 70-degree days and stuff like that, and then it's supposed to snow, like, you know, I'm still gonna be like, okay, maybe it's just like little flurries and stuff like that, you know, and maybe just in the morning or just at night or whatever, and then it's supposed to be nice. But normally, again, when I see weather that's like, oh, next week it's supposed to be like this, I'm not totally trusting of that. Like, I look at like more like the 5-day forecast pretty much, because I know that that's probably a little bit more accurate than like what's gonna be happening next week. Because what a lot of times, like over the last 2 summers, I'd base my schedule a lot of times on what I was going to do based on what the weather was. So if it was supposed to rain on Thursday, because I think at one point like I would go out in the garden like on Tuesdays and Thursdays and just try and get stuff done a lot of time, or do some type of yard work and things, and I think that's what I did, not last year but 2 years ago, and it had to change a lot of times. So I was like, okay, well, I'll try and match it up compared to what, you know, the weather looked like. So, you know, it might be like, oh, it's supposed to rain on like Tuesday, so I'd be like, okay, well, I'll try and do that Monday maybe, or maybe on Wednesday or something like that, because I always wanted to give myself like at least a day break normally in between to try and like rest a little bit. Because I noticed today even too, I was only outside for like a half an hour yesterday, but I was sore. Like my like legs and stuff like that were like sore. My hands were sore too, like just from like pulling this stuff up. I don't know why too, whenever I'm like pulling weeds, like pinching at them and stuff like that, my nails, like my fingertips, like they feel sore afterwards. Almost like I get them like pinched in a drawer, because I think it's just from the pressure of me pulling this stuff up with like my fingers like that, because this stuff is so small right now. Like the little weeds that I was able to actually pull up yesterday, which wasn't really what I was out there for, but there were a couple of, you know, little things that I found, and because of that, like the pinching, like, you know, it makes me feel like I got my finger stuck in like a drawer, like not really bad, but like it closed on it or something like that. So I noticed that yesterday. I was like, you know, I was like, why do my fingers feel so weird? And then I realized, I was like, oh, I wonder if it's from gardening, because I got that a lot too, like the last 2 years that I was really gardening, and I was like, I never noticed that before. Like I did, but I never put 2 and 2 together, like why it would feel like that. And today it felt fine, but normally it was just like right after that it happened. So yeah, but like I said, my legs were kind of sore, I think, just from like using the knee board and stuff like that, and then like digging this stuff up. But like I was saying, you know, I would base my schedule sometime around, you know, that, just to give myself a little bit of a break. And so yeah, I might be like, okay, on Monday I'll do it, or again maybe on Wednesday and Friday then I do it, or something like that. And I plan that for, you know, on Sunday when I make my planner, you know, and do, you know, schedule my stuff out, and then all of a sudden it'd be like, nope, it's actually gonna rain like, you know, Wednesday through Friday and stuff like that. And I was like, I could have done it at least like on Monday or something, you know, tried to get in one day or something like that earlier in the week. So yeah, I never really took like, you know, what it said to heart entirely early, you know, if it was like early on in the week. Or I'd be like, oh, this looks like a really great weekend to try and get like, you know, a family outdoor project done or something like that, because it's not supposed to rain. And then the rain that was supposed to be in the middle of the week actually was at the end of the week, and was like on Sundays and, you know, Saturday or something like that. And I was like, okay, well, you know what, actually that's not gonna happen. So I never took really that to heart a whole lot, as to like, you know, oh, what's the weather supposed to look like next week? Like, yeah, we'll see what it's gonna look like. But that would be crazy if like we're supposed to get like 70, it's supposed to be like 75 I think, and storming on Tuesday, and then I think on Saturday we have a chance of snow. So again, totally plausible, has happened before, but like I said, I don't know. And the fact is still, it's supposed to be, it's at a high of like 46 I think, so that's still like, if it does snow, nothing's gonna stick, and if it does snow earlier in the day, it'll most likely be melted, especially because we've had pretty warm weather already. But I'm still okay with it, you know, April, even if there's a little flurry here and there and stuff like that, as long as it comes back around real quick and we get nice weather again and stuff like that. Because last year for Easter, guys, when it was like it was like 70s or whatever, like last Easter would be so nice, but probably not going to be out anywhere on Easter, probably still going to be here because, you know, we're in lockdown. So yeah, I'm not going to be doing anything for Easter. I haven't heard, like, nobody, like, obviously family-wise or anything like that has said, like, oh, we're hosting Easter, because most likely I don't think it's happening, because, again, that's 2 or 3 weeks away or something like that. But, you know, we're pretty much shut down until April 30th, so you know, that's why, like, there's no plans in advance or makeup dates and anything like that, because we're supposed to get together for St. Patrick's Day, because in our family there's a lot of birthdays right around the March time. We just call them all the March birthdays. Matthew and Jax is in April though, but them two, I think my aunt and uncle, my other uncle I think, and one of my cousins, so I think there's 6 people out of our like 20-person family or something like that. I don't know how many people are in our family now. Have to count them up. Let's see, there's 5, just about 20-person family, I think, if I'm doing the math, depending on if you're counting like boyfriends and girlfriends and stuff like that. Just about 20 people. 6 of them I think are all in March, or like, again, right around that area. So we, again, like, you know, that's a quarter of our family, so we normally have like a party for St. Patrick's Day and celebrate all those birthdays all at once. And that was supposed to happen 2 weeks ago or something like that, 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I think it was right at the beginning of the lockdown, so I think it was like about 2 weeks ago, like 2 weekends ago, and it didn't end up happening. Or maybe it was, no, I think it was 2 weekends ago. Anyways, so yeah, that didn't end up happening because we were, again, in lockdown and everything like that. I'm gonna be good, go to bed early tonight. You know, I try and maybe get to some more stuff again also tomorrow. My dad wants to get to some projects and stuff like that. I'd love to, because I'm starting to go a little, not a little stir crazy, but just like the warmth of the house too. The fact that, I mean, guys, it is so nice though. We all had the windows open and letting a breeze in and stuff like that. I was like, oh my gosh, it's spring. Like, I completely forgot that we're in a pandemic right now. Like, it just completely changed my whole frame of mind, the nice weather. And like I said, being able to have the windows open and, like, you know, being outside and stuff like that. I kind of was like, I told you guys yesterday, I came in and was like, oh, I'll watch a baseball game, and I was like, wait, there's no baseball. And like, normally that's my routine in the spring, is to, after I'm done working in the gardens, normally I schedule that too around like baseball games and stuff like that. Like, I'll work early in the morning so I can watch an afternoon baseball game or a nighttime baseball game or whatever. And there wasn't anything on yesterday, which was pretty sad. But yeah, like I said, it's just like that whole, for me at least, has kind of changed my whole like mindset a little bit. And like, you know, it's at least nice weather. We can get some projects done outside. So I'd like to try and get some stuff done, like, you know, if it's outside projects or if it's like in the garage projects and stuff like that too, because there is some stuff that my dad wants to try and get done out there. You know, organizing and cleaning and all that kind of stuff. I helped organize the garage, I think 2 years ago or something like that, to an extent, but it needs definitely some work, because last year it went to ruin. I think either that or the beginning of spring last year. But it is like a mess out there and totally disorganized chaos. So it needs to be looked at by my my organizational mind, because organize a lot of things in the house, guys. My parents, not necessarily the most organized people, but they appreciate the fact that I am, because I keep everything, you know, in places. And I've showed you guys our linen closet. My favorite achievement that I've done in there is that it's still organized, guys. Like, this never happened. I found a way to make it simple to keep things organized. So it was awesome. But anyways, guys, I tried to end this vlog twice. I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. I will try and show you guys if we have anything fun going on or any projects. There's not anything too interesting going on in a pandemic. But anyways, I'll see you all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.